Universal miracles are coming. The wealth transfer is happening. Either way, you're not stopping for anyone. In regards to this wealth transfer, they're also heartbroken because of the wealth transfer. What you were addicted to doing in this relationship too. That's what has you fearful. This was a collaborative effort to lie and steal. The great reversal, a total turnaround, that's the wealth transfer. A taste of one's own medicine. They feel foolish because they are receiving karma. And people are just going to have to watch this person blow up into the spotlight. Justice is what love looks like in public. I don't believe this person is willing to settle out of court with you. Okay, collective. We're at the tail end of Mercury retrograde. I'm filming this on July 27th. Mercury fully stations direct on the 29th. So you could be experiencing technological type delays, issues, malfunctions, stuff with receiving messages, delayed communication, not being on the same page with somebody, or just generally, overcoming past discussions even. You could be sort of thinking through that. But yeah, typically around this time, brand new love. Typically around this time is when you'll feel the effects of Mercury retrograde the most. Right before it goes retrograde and right before it goes direct. Okay, right out the gate we got jewels or precious stones to begin with. Friend zoned. So possibly you see one of your friends as like a jewel or gem, you know. This doesn't mean you were a romantic interest by any means. It could just be like you were always a friend to this person. Let's see. Remarkable. Maybe you think something is remarkable about this person. Also, what I'm getting from jewels or precious stones, maybe somebody in your life is called Jewel or nicknamed Jules, Julie, Julia Gulia. Universal miracles are coming. You're going to be a witness to that. Possibly experiencing... no, I get with universal miracles are coming overstimulation. Like you're going to be over inundated with just incoming information, things coming towards you, possibly opportunities, people, situations, things. As I was shuffling the cards before I got into the reading and before I started recording, dang, losing your train of thought can be something, also with Mercury retrograde. But yeah, as I was shuffling the cards, what came up that was relevant? Crap, it'll come to me. But yeah, overstimulation with, you could be like ADHD, don't have to be. You know, you could just be a natural, like maybe your natural inclination is to be more introverted. And so when, environments, people, opportunities, jobs change, there's a tendency to be overstimulated with just like newness. Oh, you get the most authentic, the realist award. The energy that I'm pulling on, which is so good right now. Drew Barrymore. That's what I get. Like with most authentic. Because she is. Oh my God. I love watching her. She gets like, she takes her shoes off during her interviews. She gets all like cozy and cuddly on the couch and she's like, tell me everything. And everyone wants to tell her everything. I'm going to be one of those women on her couch one day. Maybe you will too. What else? It wants me to mix up other decks. Okay, all right, I will. Don't have to tell me twice. Maybe you're a good listener. Oh, she would be a good listener too. Well, that's her job. First house, physical appearance, first impressions, natural born leadership, a leadership role even. You could be a boss. You could like for things to go a certain direction or like you have a plan for things or a vision. Can be stubborn about that vision or at least like you're stubborn about what you know you want to see happen if you have control over it. Mars energy can be like the forward movement, you know, pushing forward and the leadership role that you handle. But with Mars, it's also like warlike energy and aggression, even anger. Anger management can be a thing. Anger when things don't go your way. Jewels and or precious stones. And then it's sitting right next to first house. So yeah, people see you as a jewel or a precious stone. Something to be treasured, looked after, even secured, like protected in a way. You know, because you protect what you find valuable, whether it actually is valuable or not. There's a tendency there to protect it. International travel can be a thing for you. First house, exhaustion. I get physical exhaustion. Maybe your exhaustion is showing on you physically too. Or you have a good keen awareness of this when it comes to your friends and their exhaustion. Because you are a good listener. I feel like you have like a sixth sense for that stuff. What else? Exhaustion, triggered. Universal miracles are coming. Tripping balls. Maybe that's the overstimulation. Or the universal miracles are gonna feel like you're tripping, like your world is, like you feel like you're tripping balls because the miracles either don't stop or they're just so big, or a combination of both, and it's triggering and it's overstimulating for you. Most authentic award goes to the silver fox, who's tripping balls, triggered. Ooh, we love a silver fox, don't we? Yes, we do. Oh, it reminds me of Keith. Keith at my old job. He was he a COO or CE? He was high up there, but he was the epitome of silver fox, man. He was like, he lived in Tennessee, but he was a surfer, had like long gray, not like super long, but like longer for a dude. And it was wavy, like great hair. And he just made every woman like, it didn't matter who it was. He just had the ability to make people like, not shy, but just act out of sorts, women specifically. Maybe you're the same way. Seek justice, not revenge, collective. Wealth transfer. This pain has been unbearable and also exhausting. It keeps you up at night. What, the fact that you've been... I don't get that you were friend zoned, but potentially you were. This pain has been unbearable. Water and or snow sports is a thing for you. Or maybe you're thinking about water or snow sports. What's the other... What was I saying about surfing? So maybe surfing's a thing in your world. The collective is thinking clearly. So, yeah, I don't get that you're actually tripping balls. I just get that, like, you're seeing things clearly. Spy. I don't know, in regards to a spy or spying on someone. Either way, you're not stopping for anyone. In regards to this wealth transfer. Muse energy. No, I get the not stopping for anyone is this muse energy, whether that's you or somebody that you are thinking of. Mom guilt? Competition. There's mom guilt over a competition? You a whole ass fairy? There is sexual frustration here. Justice is what love looks like in public for the muse. Yeah. Water and or snow sports is right in the middle of this reading. So maybe you're on a vacation right now and enjoying water sports. I don't know any place that would be snowing, although it's not, even though it's summer here, it's got to be winter somewhere else. What else? Pivot. Pivot. Maybe nobody saw this pivot into justice is what this muse was gonna do. And now there's mom guilt somewhere tied to this. Early bird. Competition with somebody who is an early bird. Or maybe that's the pivot. Pivot into being an early bird where you weren't before. Whistleblower. The whistleblower is wondering if you're a whole ass fairy. Hard-headed. Whistleblower is hard-headed. They have rotten insides. So even though they blew the whistle, they're not, yeah, they're two-faced. Okay, interesting. Well, we have jewels or precious stones, friend zone, universal miracles are coming. There's going to be a bit of overstimulation for the most authentic. People are going to see you. That's the other thing, is that with the first house, people are going to see you. And exhaustion is a thing when these universal miracles are coming in. You could even, the exhaustion could even trigger you too. Like being seen can be triggering. And also like a trippy sort of experience. by way of a silver fox. There is a wealth transfer happening here, and this pain has been unbearable. There's water and or snow sports directly in the middle of this reading. You are thinking clearly, though, in regards to a spy or somebody spying. But you're not stopping for anyone. There's muse energy. Yeah, people are inspired by you. They see it like blueprint is what I get with muse energy. There is a level of mom guilt here, competition in regards to that. Are you a whole ass fairy? There is sexual frustration on the table. Justice is what love looks like in public. There's a need to pivot, possibly into being an early bird. Something having to do with circadian rhythms here. Like waking up with the birds. And then whistleblower is out on the table. I want to get into my graffiti deck. So secure, geez. Maybe that's the other thing, is like you're not stopping for anyone. You're super secure. All right. Let's get give us a better understanding of. I want to know more on who's doing the water in our snow sports here. Like, I'm assuming that's the collective. Give us just signs and synchronicities of, first, the collective. Estrangement. You may have cut ties with someone, or someone may have cut ties with you. This is energy of the collective. Whomever I'm reading for more. That's the number 60. True love. It's in you. The higher version of yourself attracting the right love. Someone real is entering your life. So you cut ties with those that you felt as though didn't have real love for you, so that you can bring in true love. More on the collective. And possibly seeking justice too. Or having to go through legal proceedings. More. The Great Reversal, a total turnaround. That's the wealth transfer. A taste of one's own medicine. Gaslight reverse. Shift in the energy. That's the pivot too. No more gaslighting. No more talking shit. More on the collective's energy. Well, we got remote viewing. Heightened intuition or astral travel. Visit a place mentally before heading there physically. Internet sleuthing. Oh, so maybe that's what you're contemplating right now, is like wanting to take a vacation, going to somewhere that water sports or snow sports is significant. Remote viewing. That is the collective's energy, and there is a penalty for the remote viewing. Price you or they pay for breaking a rule, a law, or a contract, forced disadvantage, loss of trust, or access. So maybe your ability to remote view has been revoked. Angels and ancestors, tell us what this reading is in regards to. I can't tell if this is a reading more so about like the wealth transfer and pivot, or if it's about a whistleblower and the spy and competition. Like, tell us what this reading is actually about. Or is it actually about like being friend zoned? What is this actually about? Seven of Cups. Possibly confusion, or just the options. That could be the overstimulation. Eight of Cups. 15 Cups. Six of Cups. This is in regards to somebody from your past. Tell us what the overarching storyline is here. Main points. Knight of Cups. That's the mom guilt. That's also you, collective, like learning to, possibly wanting to apologize or being triggered. I do get that you could be being triggered by your own emotions. Yeah. I also get this is you potentially being a whistleblower, because there is true love on the table. And it was to officially close out a cycle. More. And that you were a fool to see all this go down, possibly the competition. Maybe you just felt foolish for not seeing it sooner. Yeah. That you just sort of like, I feel like the level of like maybe you saw the competition possibly too late, or whenever you did, you disregarded it. You're just like, and like moved on, you know, like didn't see possibly like how deep this went. More on the overarching situation. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you watch this person. The Queen of Wands is the person that was in competition. I don't know if this is your mom or a mom energy. I don't know. I feel like you saw what this person was doing though. Okay, so then what's the Knight of Cups about? Why is that here? Actually, let's switch it up. Why is the Knight of Cups here? I also get that you're triggered because this cycle has closed. Ugh. Okay, first one. Yeah, because you're stuck. Possibly because you don't have the ability to remote view the way that you used to. It could be like true remote viewing by way of gifts that you have, or remote viewing by way of other means, you know, like hacking phones. Yeah, you see this person, you see this person as a gift, as like a precious stone, you know, like they have star quality to them. But you have a different image of what I'm going to say is two different peoples in your life. You don't have to be dealing with an Aquarius, but I do get Aquarius type energy, and that's by way of like, yeah, showcasing themselves. This is also the penalty and wealth transfer. There's justice on the table. Yeah, so there is a penalty for that. Why is the World here? I mean, the Hangman, the Star, the Justice. Those are not small energies. Those are all major arcana, which means that it's not just like this is happening in one day. This is an overarching, over time sort of thing. So this hadn't been going on. You allowed this to go down for who knows how long. To a point to where this person became the muse, the entertainment, the inspiration. What about the World? Yeah, they're heartbroken because because justice is what love looks like in public. They're heartbroken by that, first of all, but also because the cycle's closed. They no longer have the ability to do that, okay? Anything else on the World? They want to apologize. What? They want to work something out. They want to give back to you. What? This is not... Are you wanting to pay this person the wealth transfer before it gets to the justice system? Because that kind of seems like the case here. What's the Fool? They're also heartbroken because of the wealth transfer, because it got exposed, because of a whistleblower. What's the Fool here? They feel foolish because they are receiving karma, because this is happening. The wealth transfer is happening. They feel silly for having led the charge on this. The Fool energy is the one that takes the initiative sort of action. So I don't know what level of involvement you had with this, but it seems like you're certainly tied to it. Whether you carried through or you just stayed to the sidelines and watched it all go down. Either way, it doesn't seem like you did a whole lot, but let's just see. So, tell us about the Knave of Swords. I don't know. I get like you refuse to accept this. Like you refuse to accept that this is the end, that this is how karma plays out, like how the storyline plays out. More on the Knave of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah, you watched the the determination that was here. Again, more Fool energy. Yeah, you feel like you manifested this, like, prematurely. Or like you didn't have enough time to complete whatever it is that you wanted to complete. So what's the Queen of Wands doing here? Yeah, you went off and you just manifested something else. Maybe half-assedly, half-heartedly. More on what's this Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands. Lovers, sideways. Well, you got burned by some woman in your life. I don't know if that's, could be your mother, a mother figure in your world, or just somebody new that came in your world, but it's definitely a mom. And a soulmate, somebody that you've had experience and time with. I don't think you guys are, I think you're getting the picture now. More on Queen of Wands, lovers, sideways. Anything? Oh, you did. Whom... This person from your past collective, they went off with like a whole new person. They went and had a relationship with somebody else. You thought that they were your soulmate. But somebody came on to them and like offered them the world and they went off with them. Is that why you pivoted so hard? What else? Can you tell us what universal miracles are coming in? Or actually, because my readings tend to go in chronological order, so I don't want to go too far in the past. But give us more information on this pivot early bird whistleblower. Give us energy or situationally what's going on with this pivot early bird whistleblower. Working together, collaborations. This could be just like you being a whistleblower, having a discussion with somebody. Or somebody, it could be this lover situation too, that you thought was your ride or die, and now they're in a different relationship. More on this pivot early bird whistleblower. Pivot early bird whistleblower. More. Something was communicated to them that made them sort of open up their eyes, or at least the relationship that this person got into after you, like, sort of made you, it triggered you and I feel like made you look at things differently. They feel like you worked with somebody secretly. Or like they're trying to see who it is that you are, like, how did you come into a relationship secretly, like without me knowing, especially with them having the ability to remote view? That's just sort of what I get. Like, they're like, if I've been friend zoned, then who are you with? Yeah, that's exactly it. High Priestess. They're like, who are you communicating with? Or who do you know of that's coming into your world that you're not? Oh. More on this pivot early bird whistleblower. No, that's right. Somebody who spoke up, that's the whistleblower. Yeah, they want to know. Or maybe they do know now if this person approached them. Yeah, if somebody spoke to them, they... Oh... Somebody in the spotlight, somebody who gets seen, somebody who is beloved like a jewel or a precious stone. Yeah. They feel as though you've been working with... That's a lot of energy off of pivot, early bird, and whistleblower. You, collective, are like, after having gone through the relationship that I did, I see things differently. I may not be saying that, but I was also approached by somebody who knows the truth and somebody who is potentially in the spotlight that whomever you were concerned about, not the person from the past, but whomever you were concerned about, you're concerned about a long-term relationship with this person, like, you've been working with this person for a minute. It's got you confused and also a little fearful because the whistleblower energy. Why does it have you fearful? Why? Because of justice? Probably. Why does it have the collective fearful? Yeah, because of, I also get like anger. Maybe this person approached you and they were pissed too. They're fearful about what happened in this competition. And also what you were addicted to doing. What you were addicted to doing in this relationship too. That's what has you fearful. Well, what were you doing in this relationship? Oh, you're like, this person knows. This person knows and can can expose it. What were you doing with said person? What were you doing that you don't want exposed? Oh, that you started a business with them, that you worked with them. Yeah, that this was a collaborative effort to lie and steal. And now that, like, what you said, what was said to you and what was said in the past, that started this competition. And then what you did on top of it. Yeah, they want to settle this out of court. And they want to put this to bed. They don't want to have to think about this. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen. Collective. Let's just see real quick like. No, I don't want this one. Angels and ancestors, is this person going to settle? Is the person in question that the collective is concerned about, this muse energy, the one that they put in competition with people of their past, is that person going to be open to, number one, even having a conversation about settlement, and number two, actually settling with them? Seven of Cups. More. They're confused about this Queen of Wands. Or maybe you're confused about the Queen of Wands. I don't know. It's gonna give her pause for thought here. We're asking what this person will think in regards to settlement. High Priestess. No, the High Priestess is watching this person be all up in the spotlight, not giving a fuck. Is that it? It's like this person, the collective, whomever you are wanting to settle with, collective, they see this mother figure as having caused a lot of fucking confusion in general. And they see victory. Justice is what love looks like in public. They see that this justice in public is what would give them happiness, to see it all go down. Let's just see if I'm right. Let's clarify this Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands. Why is the Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands here? This person's trying to heal. This Queen of Wands character. More on the Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands. Get that they felt that they could like heal some sort of community by way of the work that this High Priestess does. I mean, she's a healer in and of herself. But sometimes people get a really messed up way of seeing the High Priestess. A High Priestess does not get brought into a community to take on their karmic shit. To just take on all of the shit and then heal them? No. An actual High Priestess, one of the light, is a leader. Will show people how to heal themselves. It's like leading a fish to water versus just giving them a sip to drink, you know? Which you would never do that with a fish, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this person was confused about how healing works in general. And then they thought that they were in competition with you. And so what the fuck did they do in regards to that? Was this person just a little slow? Kind of seems like that. No, a High Priestess, like, just because she talks doesn't mean like, oh, I'm healed, or oh, I can just take on her energy and compete with her for no fucking reason. No, it's not how it works, honey. And also, they should get paid for what they do. That's a whole other part to this. So if they were stolen from in the past, or if people just like, if the messages fell on deaf ears because what? They're just, people are being hard-headed. It's not her fucking fault. Don't get pissed off at her. Get pissed at the people who couldn't take the messages because they wanted to feel some way. Tell us why the High Priestess is here. No, the High Priestess sees this as bringing it to light will give justice to the fact that, like, not only what her messages have been saying this entire time, but also exposure of that. Yeah, the High Priestess is moving forward. She's doing this herself, with or without you. No wonder you were friend-zoned if you're tied to this person and they just don't get it. It's like, the High Priestess doesn't just fucking wait around for people to ingest her messages the way that they're meant to. No, she'll go find her soul tribe elsewhere. More on the High Priestess, Six of Wands. She's going to be seen. No matter what. Seen as the victor, too. Yeah, for all of her hard work. For what she cultivated. These are seeds that she planted. That she saw and is heading towards. More on the Sun. Yeah, getting paid so that she could be self-sufficient all on her own. Wealth transfer. Exposure of wealth transfer. And people are just going to have to watch this person blow up into the spotlight. They're terrified about you becoming a star, about you being seen. Yeah. She'll be able to see all this go down, and that's Judgment Day for her. Like, my messages finally got into the hands of somebody who is willing to do something. What's this Knight of Swords here? And they're doing this because it's going to heal them and their heart. It's going to give them the ability to heal more people. If they get, you know, what's deserved, what's owed to them, which is justice, love, public love. Justice is public love. What is the Spirit? Because this reading tends to come up so often. What are people not seeing correctly here still? What are people not seeing here correctly still? Ten of Cups to the Queen of Swords to the Ten of Cups. That she will cut family off. So if she's willing to do that, and you're not even her family, what makes you think that she's going to give you any sort of leeway? I don't know. What are these people still not seeing clearly? That they need to. Eight of Wands, that what you're communicating, or what the High Priestess has communicated, her skill, the High Priestess, is meant to be heard and seen. That is how she will cultivate her new beginning. That's how she cultivates her life. That's how she gets paid. It's what she does. That's what creates her self-sufficiency. And what's healing for her. You know, her messages are protected because she has a direct line of source to the Most High. That's why High Priestesses have to work to get to that level. It's not meant to just be like quiet. No, that's her calling. So more on What are people not seeing here? Yes. That she's had this ability since she was a little girl. And it's time for that to be shown and heard and spoken about. So this competition, it's all in this person's head. You were never the person that had these abilities. So there is no competition. You can't compete where you don't compare. So step out of the way. Okay? Because she's got it and she's using it. Yeah. Because now she's fully grown. We have Princess of Cups and now we have Queen of Cups. She's fully grown. So stop treating her like a little girl. She's able to manage two finances and a business all on her own without you. Justice is what love looks like in public. So what you're still not seeing clearly about this person, and this is me just being passionate. This is who I am. I don't know how this person communicates to you, but their way of communicating and how they have been communicating is what they were meant to do. It's how they get paid. And they've had these gifts since they were a little girl. That's what you're not understanding. It's not like this, she just became a high priestess out of nowhere. No, she's had these abilities for a while. She's just now speaking about it. She is. And she is a whole ass fairy. She can see things a lot of other people can't. And that's why it's scary to some of you. So, collective, I don't believe this person is willing to settle out of court with you. I mean, I don't know what level of involvement you had here, but remote viewing, there's a penalty for that. So if that's what's being exposed and you're all worried about it and then your attachments to it, why'd you do it in the first place? Sounds like a personal problem that you need to work out with the people in your life that had an issue with this other person. Okay? So now that we're all on the same page here, we can move on and I never have to do this reading again. All right? Okay. Well, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope it doesn't go in one ear and out the other just because you didn't get something that you wanted to in a reading. Okay? Love you. Bye.